So there's been a lot of red baiting going on by the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Red baiting?
Red baiting.
Really?
Well,
in this day and age, red baiting?
Well, what is, I don't know, what do you call McCarthyism?
Yeah.
What do you, is that the same thing, right?
Basically calling people communists, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the, so what is this? So tell me what you think this is. U.S. government. This is Brian Fallon. He's the secretary, press secretary for Hillary Clinton. And he says U.S. government preparing retaliation against a foreign adversary, and Trump is on the Russian side of this. That's McCarthyism.
I wouldn't say that. Because red baiting was something that was done internally in the United States against people who were basically socialists, who were Workers' Party people.
So that's, well, you're smearing Trump as if he's a communist sympathizer and he's on the side of Putin.
Yeah, but
even though they're not communists.
Putin's not a communist.
Yeah,
he's
even
a
though they're not
kleptocrat.
Yeah.
I mean.
So what would you call that then? If that's not red baiting or McCarthyism, that's definitely McCarthyism.
No. I would say that's tying. That's just tying Putin to Trump. It's not. It's not what you're saying. Red baiting would be, somebody who went to a meeting once of what essentially was a political party that had no ties to Russia,
and then
all of a sudden is all this.
But this is something. I don't know, but I know they're not communists anymore. Technically,
but no, it's an implication. I mean, they are an opponent of the United States currently in a lot of situations.
Yeah, I mean, so put it this way: so McCarthyism, if you define it this way, which I will, that it's accusing someone of being an American citizen of being an enemy of the United States.
Yes.
So if you use that definition of McCarthyism, that's it. And we're going to use it. So I just think that this whole thing of trying to tie their political opponents, because that's what that is, to Russia, is pretty horrible. They did it to Jill Stein, too, when people wanted to smear her. They got a picture of her sitting at a table, and Putin was there. So, there's something. She's being McCarthyized. So it's not red baiting or whatever, but it's definitely that. And
it's guilt by association.
So, and what everybody's afraid of, and it's been brought up on this show many times, is that Trump is such a wild card that he could start a wars. He got the finger on the nuclear button. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton's been shown to be nothing but a warmonger, overturning democracies in favor of strongman right-wing governments. Just always wanting a more muscular approach to every situation than anybody wants. She's a war hawk. She's a warmonger. She was for the Iraq War. She didn't scream about having any of those war criminals put in jail. But she is mad at Snowden and Chelsea Manning. She is mad at those guys. Not mad at any of those guys who did the Iraq War. In fact, she likes them. She likes George Bush. They're friends. She says Republicans need more people like him. So she's a war hawk, and I'm telling people are more scared of Trump than her. She's got a record of blowing stuff up and killing innocent people and siding with right-wing regimes and overthrowing democratically elected people. She's got that history. Her. And I'm more scared of her. I'm more scared of the current Cold War because we're closer to, right now, Robert Kennedy, his speechwriter said we're closer to nuclear war now than ever in his lifetime. And, NATO is being very aggressive on the Russian border. Could you imagine if if Russia was doing that in Canada, putting missiles and troops and stuff around? That's what we're doing. And here's Hillary Clinton. If you're afraid of war, this is not the candidate that you want to be supporting.
The United States will treat cyber attacks just like any other attack. We will be ready with serious political, economic, and military responses.
She's a war hawk. She can't wait, in fact. It seems to me she can't wait. And all this trying to put people and trying to make us afraid of Russia again instead of trying to work with Russia. You know, at least Trump said that he wants to work with Putin to fight terrorists. Work with Putin to fight terrorists, because we're all supposed to be enemies of ISIS, not the Clinton campaign and the establishment Democrats. They're constantly beating the war for drums with Putin and Russia. And let's see what else she says.
Russia's hacked into a lot of things. China's hacked into a lot of things. Russia even hacked into the...
So let's go to war with all of them. Let's have a military response. Let's talk tough. Let's try to start another war. We've only bombed 7 different Muslim countries and the Philippines since 9/11. I think we need to have more war. We need to be more muscular. This is what you're voting for.
Democratic National Committee. Maybe even some state election. One of the first things I will do as president is to call for a new nuclear posture review. We have to make sure that America's arsenal is prepared to meet future threats.
Yeah, that's what we really got to make sure that we're ready for a nuclear war. We really got to get ready. We got to get ready. First thing she's going to do is get ready with more nuclear weapons. That's the first thing she's going to do. Make sure we're ready for a nuclear war. What the fuck is wrong with this country? What is wrong with that party? And what is wrong with the people supporting her? You're out of your fucking minds. You are getting another fucking war. The banks are gonna fucking crash. Climate change is gonna be accelerated through her exporting of fracking. Workers are gonna lose more ground. The police are gonna be more militarized. And when the revolution comes along, they're gonna throw the leaders in jail, because that's why they have the Section 1021 of the NDAA Act, which means all they have to do is say you're a terrorist, and they throw you in a military prison forever without a trial. Right now they can do that. We don't need to elect Donald Trump to do that right now. And why do you think they passed that law? You think they passed that law so they weren't going to use it? They passed that law because they're probably already using it right now. And you're afraid of Trump still. It's fucking crazy what this country's doing. And there is a revolution coming, and it's not going to be the kind you want. Keep voting for this.